Good morning, YouTube. It's me, Udoka. And I wanted to give an update on my medications. I've been taking Zoloft and Ritalin. I think Ritalin. I've been taking Zoloft and Ritalin for about a month now. Last year, I was taking Zoloft and it felt like it worked great. But then I went on vacation. I couldn't get my refill, so basically I started over. And then last year, the medicine I was taking for ADHD was Evykio. And the thing about Evykio is that is very expensive, so I would take it sparingly. And so this year, ramped back up the Zoloft. How I feel on the Zoloft. Now, at this point, Zoloft doesn't cause me any side effects. The only side effect I get with Zoloft is the first 3 days of getting back on it. I have headaches, and then, then that's over with. But other than that, I have absolutely no side effects with sertraline, aka Zoloft. And I think, I think it handles my depression. It doesn't handle my ADHD. So this kind of shows that, because I'm diagnosed with both depression and ADHD, and I think it handles the depression very well. Sometimes some things that seem like ADD symptoms are actually the depression symptoms. But now I feel that, okay, the Zoloft is working now. It's been a month and I feel like it's working. I haven't, I've had, maybe in the past 30 days, I've had 2 days where I felt really sad and wanted to cry. I haven't cried though. Yeah, I haven't cried since I started taking Zoloft, but I've had 2 days where I felt sad out of 30, which is really good, because back when I was depressed, it would be 28 days out of 30 that I feel sad. And then 10 of those days I would cry. So that was miserable. So I think the Zoloft is working. I haven't had bad thoughts in a while. Like it's kind of like I have forgotten what it feels like to be depressed. I still have issues with sleep, falling asleep, waking up. I have a desire to stay in bed. I have a desire to behave the way I behave when I'm depressed, as in staying in bed. There's like a part of me that wants to keep doing that, but then there's another part of me that's like, why are we still in bed? So I don't know if that's just my body staying in a habit, because when you're depressed, you are now forming a way of life. So I don't know if that's just habit or depression. Probably habit. So I think the Zoloft is doing its job, which is to make me feel like an emotionally stable person. I think it's doing that. Yeah, it's doing that. I don't get, like, I used to be really hot-headed and just snap back. But now I'm just like, pause. What do I want to say? That something happened that kind of pissed me off. Let me pause and think about what I want to say. Which is amazing. Like, it takes, without medication, it would take like 4 months of meditating on a daily basis to be in the mindset of pause, So that's great. Now, the Ritalin. So instead of Evykio for my ADHD, I switched to Ritalin. And I did that because Evykio cost me $75. That's just as I was lucky enough to find a pharmacy with a discount. Normally it's $150. Okay, so Evykio is a great medicine, but it's $75. Ritalin and Adderall is like $10. Okay, so I'm going with the Ritalin Adderall. So I haven't tried Adderall yet. I just got a new prescription for Adderall, but I'm just kind of using up my Ritalin. So Ritalin has been really good, and this is crazy. So the reason why I was so against taking ADD medication in the past was because after a few days of taking the medicine, it would give me really bad mood swings. Like I would become a grade A bitch. It was really bad. But the problem back then was we didn't know that I had depression or any issue like that. So the ADD medication was exacerbating another mental health issue that we weren't addressing. But now that I have the Zoloft is keeping me, mentally calm. So now that side effect of the mood swings, it doesn't happen. In fact, when I was ramping back up on the Zoloft, I was taking the Ritalin and I felt the mood swings and I was like, uh-oh. But now that it feels like the Zoloft is now in full effect and fully in my system, I have not had any mood swing issues whatsoever. I've been a very well-behaved young lady. So that's good. The other thing about Ritalin is it takes like maybe 10 minutes for me to feel it, and oh yeah, I love how it makes me feel. It makes me feel clear. It makes me feel certain. It makes me feel like I have control of myself and my life. Which is a feeling that I never ever have without medication. The only time I feel that way, the only time I feel clear, certain, in control of my life is if I'm on a vacation or like I have very low responsibilities. And I'm basically like just having fun in my life. That's the only time. Like, so I don't know. I don't know how would I be if I had children, if I had like a mortgage and all these other responsibilities. I don't know how I would handle it without medication. So the Ritalin is helping a lot, and it is working with the Zoloft because now every time I take the Ritalin, I feel clear. But before the Zoloft was in effect, it was hit or miss. So I take the Ritalin every single day. Back when I had the Evikio, it would be like, well, today I need it, today I don't. And I only took the Evikio because it didn't give me any side effects, but this Ritalin is so much more effective than the Evikio. Oh my gosh. I take it every day now. There's no, today I need it, today I don't. No, I need it every day. So I take that. The only downside is I would take it in the morning, and then around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., I want to pass out. I can't get anything done. I'm so tired. I can't focus. So to fix that, I just take another Ritalin around that, like before that time, like around 2 or 3, I just pop another one. I actually take half of a pill. So, and that has been pretty good. The only thing I'm working out now is, okay, now that I'm doing that, how can I make sure I go to sleep? Because since I've been doing that, I've been going to sleep at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So I'm getting like 3-4 hours of sleep, which is not good for me. I mean, I am so tired right now. If I hadn't taken a Ritalin, I would be sleeping in my car right now. So got to figure that out. Maybe I'll start, incorporating a nighttime routine and a little bit of melatonin. I don't need much, and just get myself back into that sleep cycle. What else was I gonna say? So now that I feel like, okay, awesome, I am consistently taking my medication, it's working, now I can move on to the next level of my mental health, which is my vitamins. Now I'm taking my vitamins, and it's so much easier to take my vitamins now that my medications are working. Now that my medications that help me be focused and, on track for things, now that that's working, is so much easier to consistently take my supplements. So I'm taking my supplements. I'll do a separate video on them. After I take them for a month, then I'll make a video on how are things with my medication and my supplements. What else did I want to touch on? Oh, also, I cleaned my room. And so I have a system going on when I get home that seems to work really well. So I guess I'm going here. Okay, so I tend to do better in smaller, emptier spaces. Like if you gave me the choice between having a studio apartment or a 3-bedroom house, I will pick the studio apartment. Like, the less stuff I have to see, the better. So I essentially, I'm renting out, essentially like that. I have, a small room, and my cat is in there. And what am I trying to say? It's significant that my bedroom is small. It's significant that there's not much room to put in my bedroom now. Before, I had a huge bedroom with its own walk-in closet and like all this beautiful stuff. And that wasn't working. That was not working. Now I have a smaller room. Not much fits in there. It's literally just a bed and a desk and a much smaller closet. So what it's forced me to do is get rid of a lot of clothes I don't need. And my cat stays in my bedroom. So what happens is with my cat, if my cat knows I'm home and I don't go see her in like the first 5 to 10 minutes that I'm home, like if I'm hanging out in the kitchen or something instead of in my room, my cat meows like a banshee. Like, she will not stop. She is insistent and persistent as all hell. So my cat has trained me that every time I come home, I need to go into my room and give her some attention. So I go in my room, I snuggle her, cuddle her, and I'm like, well, since I'm in my room, might as well strip down and get into my comfy clothes. So I remove my clothes and I'm like, well, since my clothes are off, I might as well just hang them up or put them in the dirty clothes hamper. You see what I'm getting at? So it's like my cat I used to be so annoyed that my cat would meow like that, and now I'm like, this is a blessing. Let's keep that up, because now my closet is clean, my room is clean, and it provides so much relief to have a clean, organized closet that will remain clean and organized. Like, that's how I have makeup on this morning, and my outfit is cute and just feels so good. And I'm just like, wow, is this what normal people are like? Wow. So I still have more stuff to clean. Like, man, if I could just dedicate a month to deep cleaning my space, I would. And I like this because, okay, I like this. So I'm working my way up in 2020. January was a good start, okay? It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't we hit the ground running, but it was good. We're setting ourselves up for success in 2020, which makes me excited because last year in 2019 I started off horrible. The first 6 months of 2019 was god awful. And I felt like, in August, September of 2019, I'm just basically starting my life over. It felt horrible. It feels amazing to say 2020, I started well. And so now here in February, am I still frustrated? Yes, I'm still frustrated because the situation I was in late 2019, I'm still in that situation come February 2020. We're 2 months into the new year and I feel like I'm still in the same situation. However, I'm starting to lay the foundation for what I need to get out of the situation. It might very well be that January, February, March. So it might very well be that March is the month that it all comes together. That my hard work in January and this month, I will see the fruits of my labor in March. That's what I expect. I'm expecting to see the fruits of my labor in March. So yeah, that's my update. I'm taking things literally a day at a time. And when most people say they take things a day at a time, what they're really saying is, I don't think about that stuff except for, every 3 months. When I say I'm taking it a step at a time, I'm literally tracking my improvement every day and getting 1% better every day. Literally 1 day at a time. And that's enough. Like, I don't need that many days. It took 30 days. Actually, less than 30 days. It took 20 days. It took 20 days to get to the point where I feel good right now. I don't need that many days. So I'm excited for the end of this month. I feel good about that. I'm not pushing myself to do, I used to make myself like, okay, we're going to exercise and meditate and do this every day. We're going to force myself to do it. And you know what's crazy? Like, I would watch how successful people's morning routines. I would watch that stuff thinking that the magic was in the routine. The magic is not in the routine. The magic is in the fact that you naturally are doing a routine. Like, it has to feel natural. And yeah, there is a good thing about forcing yourself to do things until it's a habit. But when you force yourself to do so many things at the same time, that's a problem. Just create a habit one step at a time. I started with, let me just take my medicines every day. Very basic until that's a habit. Okay, now that's a habit. Now I can move on to the next. Let me take my supplements. That's a habit. Let me move to the next. Let me meditate daily. Let me exercise. I'm taking it a step at a time because in the past I would try to do it all at the same time and force myself to do it, and it didn't work. I would do all of the right things and feel even worse than if I just laid in bed all day. I would feel even worse. So it's not worth it. So that's what I've learned. Thanks for listening. I hope my journey helps you on yours. And until next time, much love, much luck. Peace out.